Hey everybody, what's up? It's Russell Rush, still at home, and where are y'all at? How's it going? I'm kind of bored. Tell me about your lives over here. We're excited though. We look forward to Thursday every single week so that we can go back through a Haunted Tour episode from the past and kind of relive it with you. And I'm not gonna lie, we've actually found some moments that each other of us maybe noticed or didn't notice, and it's been a lot of fun here. So we'll also choose which episode we're gonna watch next week. So leave your comments, leave your questions throughout this year as we get ready for the Russell Rush Haunted Tour Throwback Redux. Well, look at that. Gang's all here. What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight?
Hey, Russell.
What's up?
Daryl with the Bud Light metaphor from a decade ago, but I love it. We're really throwing it back here tonight, man. I have to be honest, guys. This broadcast almost did not happen tonight because for those who live in San Antonio, you may have heard about the news in Stone Oak. They've had to evacuate several neighborhoods because of a situation involving a chemical leak at a house. And some in my neighborhood have even left, but I thought, I've been looking forward to this all week. I'm staying right here. So if I pass out, that's you know what exactly happened. So what's been going on with all y'all? Jel, how about you?
Oh, not much. I've been walking the dog twice a day, watching TV in bed. That's about it. A little cooking.
Little cooking. That's all I see from you on Facebook.
Well, that's all I have worth posting, Russell.
Oh, okay. By the way, I'm fairly certain all of our pets right now are like, please go back to work. I'm tired of walking. Vanessa, what about you? You're not even in, you're like visiting, so you're on vacation and you still found a way to join us, huh?
I was working and I had a couple of days off, so I decided to come down to the beach.
Oh, nice. Look at that, all bougie. Okay, all right. What beach are you by? Where are you? Where can we stalk you?
I'm in Corpus. I'm in Corpus by the Lexington. Oh, shout out.
Oh, man. That was, dude, if I could spend another night on the Lex, man, that was so cool.
Me and Jill got to recently. That was fun.
Yeah, rub it in.
February.
Joey, what's up with you, man?
I got a new tattoo. I'm trying to catch up with Jill. If you can see.
What?
What? Oh, yeah. What is that?
I got because you guys know I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan, so I got all 4 turtles. Ninja Turtles.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So yeah, it's wrapped up.
I think I'm the only one on the team that does not have a tattoo.
Yeah, you need to get with the program.
No, the most of the kids aren't doing that these days. At least the smart ones. I really regret it. So you're way ahead of the game, Russell.
I appreciate you calling me a kid. Thank you.
Hey, Joey, if I see you get up and start going ninja, rap, I'm going to lose it.
It may happen.
This could be a great broadcast. I may pass out, Joey may rap, Daryl may dance. I mean, what more can you ask for from the Haunted Tour crew tonight? Kendra and Daryl, what have you guys been up to?
Me just working constantly.
Me, I work and then I'll go outside and hit golf balls, and I'll be in the backfield. So oh, by the way, I'm getting into the golfing thing. As if y'all don't know already, I am heavy into it. I'm just like, all right, I know what I'm going to do when I retire.
Okay,
so
He's not giving up ghost hunting though.
I'm not going to give up ghost hunting. I'm just adding on to what I like to do, saying golfing is it right now. So
cool. I've never actually golfed a day in my life other than a little putt-putt action. So maybe you'll have to. Actually, no. Top Golf.
Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, we had fun.
Wait, isn't that where Joey completely missed the ball?
First of all, I've gotten good now. We need to go back. I'm so good now.
All right, Joey. Me and you are gonna have to head on out.
I'm challenging everyone right here. We'll do it. Like I'm good.
That's so funny. I think, there's a slow-mo video somewhere of Joey, and he works it up so well, and then he just completely whiffs. And Gel was just having a drink. So anything sports,
Like I'm not
Burger.
playing.
Gel is not about. Well, anyway, we're glad to have you guys here. I already see the comments popping up. I'm sorry, we're going to get to those here, but tonight we've got a little bit of a longer episode that we're going to go through, the ghost town in Helena, Texas. But before we get there, with everything that's been going on this week in the unrest in America and everything, I just want to say, Joey, we love you. We are so happy to have you as part of this team, and we are with you and standing with you. So I just wanted to say that right off the top here. So anyway,
Thank you.
We are going to show tonight Helena, Texas, picked by me. I'm not going to lie, guys. This was one of the first big episodes, if you remember, and I tried to get him on the broadcast tonight. I tried to get our cinematographer and producer, editor, director extraordinaire, Mike Beltran on. He had a few things going on with the new house, but this was the first investigation that he stayed with us all night.
Really?
Huh. Wow.
Do you remember that? He used to come and do all the history setups, and then he's like, "Up, and it's getting dark. We'll see you guys."
Wow,
and then, so I tried to get him on.
I never really thought about that.
Kind of see, what it was going to be like, first taking in his first investigation. Now, by the way, I don't think he'd have it any other way. You know what I mean? Like, I think he just he loves it as much as we do. But anyway, all right, let's peruse through the comments here really quick. We've got a longer episode tonight, so we'll just check out, see what some people are saying over here. We've got some excited folks over here. Ella can't wait for this episode. Nice. Haunted Tour Golf. Hey, man.
There we go.
We'll try that.
Work.
Sharon says, I live a mile from the old Helena town. Never did see any ghosts. Well, I never did see anything, but I sure experienced them. That's for sure. Oh, Daryl, they're already waiting for you to dance. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Me too.
Justin, I will do that off camera.
Where's the pizza? Was someone going to make pizza? I don't remember this.
I didn't get that on my arm. I just got the turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
Oh, got it. All right. Talking about Kendra, Heather, you and Luke can't catch a break. You guys essential. Thanks for all you do. And missing SeaWorld. SeaWorld's opening back up, though. This is an interesting question here. Does anybody actually know the answer? Because I don't. How many episodes are there in total of Haunted Tour? We're working on our 13th season.
Vanessa?
I don't know.
If you want to,
28.
For me, the question has to be, how many good episodes are there?
That's funny.
They're all good.
They're all good.
No, they're all good, but there's just some that, like, I don't know. So, I keep crapping on the early stuff, but honestly, some of that raw stuff was pretty crazy. Like the Black Swan Inn investigation. A lot of stuff happened that night. So maybe somebody will pick that along the way. Victoria's watching with us over here. Victoria, good to see you. Philip is on. Oh, this may be the favorite name of our fan ever, Black Lion. I like it. All right. Oh, yes. I'm glad Anita brought this up. She saw this as we posted, teasing that we were going to be live tonight, talking about Haunted Tour and the new episode. Not the new episode, but the episode we were going to go through tonight. And I said, find out why the team won't be invited back. That is a teaser, and it is true. And we will absolutely go into that. And Sharon, I'm not sure. Are you talking about my bidet? Where is the bidet? Y'all, if you don't have a bidet yet, we're giving them away on the radio and during my show. But am I the only one that does, by the way?
Yeah, I thought about it, but then I thought, what are you going to wipe with to dry your ass after you use the bidet? It's kind of like
Air dry.
Actually, they do make bidets with air dryers. I'm just saying. So,
I mean, but how long does that take? Like, I don't have all day.
Thank you, Alice. She says the earlier stuff on was actually good. So thank you. It was legit, she said. And this is such a nice comment. Thank you. When I first started watching, I thought this was a TV show. It deserves to be on TV. We've had thank you for that. We've had the opportunities. A lot of people wonder why. And just kind of never really, the dots never connected in the way that they should. And then in a situation that would be fair for all of us. And quite frankly, probably would have taken the fun out of it. And why do that when we can produce and do something that we are happy with and that you guys love to watch? And that's really all that matters here. So All right. Well, should we get into it here? Should we throw it up?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So this actually, Jel met this gentleman Barry, who had written a book on this place, and the book is pretty incredible. And he's an amazing storyteller. But who knew that Texas was full of old ghost towns? And when she said, "Do you want to investigate a ghost town?" I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" You know, like, because normally we were having a situation where we had the whole team squeezed into a smaller location, and I was like, everyone's going to be in a town and far away. And then we got there and we realized, oh my God, our walkie-talkies don't work from that building to that building. You really are going to be alone. It was a pretty crazy night. So anyway, this is back from 2013, the Russell Rush Haunted Tour, Helena. This would have been season 6, if you can believe that. So anyway, let's do this here. This is a 2-parter. I'm going to warn you. So anyway, here's the beginning of Helena.
Tonight, we ride into the blood-stained streets of Helena. With the sun and God at our back, we stand at the ready to duel with the outlaws and thieves whose troubled souls are still on the run. It's not about revenge. It's about the reckoning.
Hey man, what's the deal?
You only paid $5.
One of the top 3 opens, I'm saying, man.
Yep. Yeah.
So good.
Haunted touring donkeys. We love them, don't we?
Yeah, a lot of them. It's a theme. I'm sensing a theme.
Yeah,
We're about to
3.
embark on one of the most intense investigations we've ever done. I've investigated a lot of places, but even I'm nervous. Or maybe that's just Joe's driving.
We are in for an interesting evening.
So we're going to the Ruckman House.
An entire ghost town? We're all a little bit on edge for this one.
Oh my God, look at it.
Can I just say how scary that house looked from a distance? Right? I mean,
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go down that road.
oh, that's, I mean, yes, yeah, when you're in it, sure. But I mean, I remember seeing that because you have to drive down this long, scary road to get there, and you're just like looking at this house. You know what I mean?
It's
We got
ominous.
an exercise in at least.
By the way, it doesn't look anything like that now. I'm told they like painted it, fixed it up, and everything.
Yeah, I like it the way it was, kind of. It looks creepy.
Agreed.
A random road leading to a scary house? This is typical horror story material right now.
I don't know what the big deal is. It's just a bunch of scary people you normally wouldn't talk to. It's no different than going to Walmart.
I don't know if we should be.
Jared, would you like to apologize to the people of Walmart, or?
It's like, no.
Take that as a no. All right, here we go.
Doing this.
Yeah.
Just go home.
I spent too much money on batteries today, Bobby.
Hey, hold off, Russell. Hold on that. We're sitting there driving, and the car stops, and then Joanne gets out. And I'm like, wait, wasn't I just driving that car?
No, it's really funny, right? Because you see, like when we started out, like I knew how to craft the story, right, and how to put things together from doing all the radio stuff. But see if you notice the one part about this where like we see you guys and Bobby arrive, we see Jel, Vanessa, and Joe arrive. But all of a sudden, I just pop up out of nowhere. Just watch.
You rode in on the donkey.
I guess.
It's gonna be incredible.
Barry.
Hey, Russell, good to meet you.
I apparently walked there.
Well, no,
To Helena,
So funny.
toughest town on earth.
Doesn't look so tough now.
Well, it doesn't at the moment, but it's just a whispering ghost of what it used to be. But this is one of the meanest, toughest places in the Old West. Outlaws just came here like they were magnetically attracted. Murderous, bloody. It was just a terrible place to be. This place made Tombstone, Arizona look like a Sunday school picnic.
Tough words.
So we're literally investigating an entire town tonight.
That's right.
We've never done anything on this scale. So how big of an area are we talking about? How many buildings?
It's quite a few blocks, and it's quite a few buildings. We have the courthouse from the 1870s. We have the post office from the 1800s, a barn, a farmhouse, a grocery from the 1800s.
You know, now that I'm watching this, did any of us go in the barn?
No.
I don't think I did.
So.
Was there anything even? Oh my God, Jel's gone now.
I think there was too much stuff in there, probably. Oh, hi, Joe.
Okay.
Sorry, my dog had to go outside.
And the Ruckman Mansion, where there's different things going on there. And this tree. This is the infamous hanging tree. In 1869, the Union Army came to town to put down a Confederate uprising. And in a 13-month period, they hung 150 to 300 men from this tree.
Yeah,
That's
snapping
crazy.
sound. Yeah.
Did Mike do that, or
okay? That was my favorite shot, by the way. As I'm sideways, but so when we shot the whole the hanging scene, it was actually one of Barry's sons that did it. He was like, "I'll do it," and he's like, "I can hang here for a second," and I'm like, "No, do not." Like, he's like, "No, just for." I was like, "No, like use your hands, if you know, whatever." But man, to get that shot and then that sound always gets me. But I'm gonna back this up here because this is one of I'll never forget being in the theater when we saw this. We lost Joey, by the way. But being in the theater when we saw this, and on the big screen, you see the whole. And Mike, when he shot that, he had the camera upside down, and he flips it slowly right side up. And to see that in the theater, it was like it was so cool. Let me just back this up a little bit here. Here we go. This right here. So this place has seen a tremendous amount of
Yeah.
death, huh?
Yeah, it really has.
But it used to be a thriving town.
Yeah, there was 500 to 1,000 people here. We had 13 saloons, 2 newspapers, a college. I mean, it was just a thriving metropolis. It was thought to be the next Dallas back in the 1880s.
What about now?
Not so much.
It's a ghost town. It's
It's
empty.
a ghost town
How many
right
people
now.
live here?
60 or so. Back in 1884, William Butler was the richest rancher in Karnes County, Texas. Had over $100,000 in the San Antonio banks, probably 75,000 acres for his cattle. His son Emmett, about 20 years old at the time, was kind of a hothead and a drinker, troublemaker. He came into Helena. He was not supposed to because of bad blood between the Butler family and Sheriff Leary here in Helena. Came to the saloon, started raising hell in there. Sheriff came over, called him out, and basically asked him for his gun. Emmett slid around to the side like he's going to hand his gun off, pulled it out, shot the sheriff, mortally wounded him. Next thing you know, 40 shots rang out. 3 hit Emmett. His father came into town, and his father yelled out,
"Who killed my boy?"
Nobody came out, nobody answered. It was like the town was empty.
I said, "I want to know who killed my boy." Since this town killed my boy, I'm going to kill this town.
He brought forth that curse, and essentially, within 10 years, his curse became reality?
Okay, so I got to tell you, the guy on the horse, right? He got so mad at us. I mean, he was super nice, but he was like so frustrated because number one, it was like 140 degrees, and they kept like riding the horses in, and he did the lines and everything, and I'm like, yeah, that was great, but like, can you like turn around and speed your horse off? And he like looks at me. So they do it again, and he like again trots off, and I'm like, yeah, kind of. And he's like, son, this isn't a car. I was like, fair enough. That was a good take. But in my mind, I was like, no, I want him to like, I'm gonna kill this town. Yeah, and get out. But really, he only had like a runway of like 50 feet, and I wanted the horse up to like 100 miles an hour at that point. So anyway, but he was super cool for doing that.
That curse was the beginning of the end for Helena. The railroad abandoned plans to make it a stop. Businesses began to die. The final nail in the coffin came when voters decided to move the county seat to Karnes City. And with that, Helena was dead.
So this is the courthouse where so many met their fate, whether they were innocent, rustlers, outlaws, desperados. This was the court of last appeal. No ACLU back then.
No Judge Judy.
No Judge Judy. This was it.
So is that why you get so many EVPs and things in here? There's so much paranormal activity, just such high emotion?
I think the high emotion, the trauma, but it's really not the buildings. It's the land. Because you can get ghost activity almost anywhere in this whole place.
Okay, I want to talk about that really quick because that was a new concept for us, for me. The fact that we always think of a building as being haunted, Jel, but this had to do more with the land than the buildings. Do you agree?
I mean, buildings can come and go. There can be something that happens in an old house and it gets torn down. Someone puts up a new building. But I'm sure that whole area, because of all the carnage, is super haunted. So much activity there.
Yeah. I mean, Daryl and Kendra, I got to think that it may be the buildings in addition to the land. Do you know what I mean? But like, what about it do you think made that land different than just any other place?
Well, I think that just all the bad things that happen there just kind of absorb the energy, the negative energy throughout the whole time.
Yeah, and just like around the Alamo, there was a lot of death, a lot of stuff that happened there. So.
I mean, how many people got hung on that tree? Did he say? I mean, that's a lot of people just in one spot.
It didn't make the episode, but I think he said the longest the sheriff lasted there was like 6 months.
Yeah.
And the shortest was like 6 days. I mean, it was a rough town.
In this whole town, even in people's houses, like my ex-wife's house.
Your ex-wife lives in Helena.
Oh, yeah.
And the plot thickens. Where?
Right there. The goats in Helena hate her and threaten to kill her.
So the house that is located just feet away from the old ghost town is owned by Barry's ex-wife. This place gets stranger by the minute.
This was awkward. Well, hey, I'm hanging out with your ex-husband.
Hello, can I help you?
Yeah, are you Lydia?
Yes.
Lydia, I'm a friend of Barry's. Do you mind if I come in and talk? Just for like a minute.
Okay,
right.
That's fine.
We'll leave the cameras outside.
She's very trusting.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, you're a friend of my ex-husband? Come on in.
Lydia agrees to talk to us.
She's great.
And even face her fears and the spirits she says hate her in the Ruckman House. The Ruckman House was the family home of one of the founders of Helena. It was the social center of its day and a safe house from the outlaws. Now, the spirits of the outlaws seem to have taken over.
Okay, so Lydia, first question. Do you have ghosts in your house?
Yes, I do. I have 2 women and a little girl that live there. But they don't scare us. You know, if somebody else comes in there and they don't like them, they will. But us, I'm fine with it.
Not like this place. This is the Ruckman House.
No, this one I'm really scared of.
I know it's starting to get dark, but you said that you would go in the house with us. Are you still comfortable with that?
I'll go as long as somebody else goes with me.
Mike, will you come with me?
All
right, let's go.
That was like a situation of she had like amped me up. You know what I mean? Her talking, like I was like, I'll go in there, and then she's talking about it, and she's like, I'll only go if someone's going. I'm like, what the hell's in this house? You know, like we hadn't been in all day, and you saw like it was starting to get dark, like right at dusk, and it was just like, so she kind of freaked me out there. I'm not gonna lie.
Can we close that back door? Can I close it?
Yeah.
I would have left knowing that thing was open.
After what we learned on our initial.
What's that?
I would have left knowing that thing was open that whole time.
Yeah, I don't know exactly why it was open, and then she starts locking things down, and I'm like, are we okay in here, Mike? I mean, I just met this lady.
Walkthrough.
Deadbolt and all.
I mean, we don't go after that kind of stuff.
Listen to this.
I mean, do people come in here and say that there's like demonic stuff here?
Yeah.
Or what?
Okay, this is the first investigation I think that we'd ever done where someone had actually thrown the D word around. And when we talk about the D word, it's not the D word all you dirty birds are thinking about. The D word for us is demon. And hey, everybody, Joey's back joining us over here. So your thoughts on that? I know it really freaked everybody out when I came back and said, hey, this is what they're telling us. Was anybody else freaked out about this, or did you really believe that was happening, or do you think that people just too easily throw that word around?
I wasn't scared at all, although I did get a great scare later on that night off camera. But I don't know. I had investigated there before, and I knew that it was super active. But I wasn't really scared of it being that.
I never got that feeling either. It wasn't like it was heavy, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh.
And again, I've seen it in a lot of groups when I watch it on TV. The demon word comes in, and there's got to be a lot before that even should come up. A demon, there's got to be a lot.
Yeah, and I think there's a distinction to be made of, demon is so far over here. Whereas, like, Casper the Friendly Ghost is over. Sorry, Casper the Friendly Ghost is over here. Demon's over here. But you can still be a very dark, evil spirit. That doesn't mean you're a demon.
But don't you think if it was demonic, that place would be torn up? Like, things would be thrown around and destroyed?
I mean, yeah, you would think that something's going on. But again, how often are people really in there? I mean, it was... This is, this is actually, thank you, Cloves. This is that's probably a good definition. What is? Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Of course.
I feel like, what we encountered there that you'll see later is something evil, just bad, scary, who is definitely not friendly. I mean, I think I'm not going to say that I don't believe in that. I think that that probably exists somewhere, but I don't think this place encountered it. So
I know that there are different life forms that are more like interdimensional beings, and a lot of people call that demon, but it's a whole wide range of things.
Right.
It's just on a different plane.
We're not taking any chances tonight after what we learned on our initial walkthrough.
See, we don't go after that kind of stuff, but I mean, do people come in here and say that there's like demonic stuff here? Or what?
Just like that, all nonchalant. Is there a demon? Yes.
If there is some sort of demonic presence here, we need to take precautions.
This is serious.
So what kind of things have they told you?
They call me really bad names. I mean, really like cussing at me and telling me to get out and just really bad stuff.
Do they hurt you?
No, they've never hurt me. They've never touched me.
What's up, Abby?
I could feel them upstairs right now.
Right now?
Right now. Yes.
Let's go.
You go first. Okay, I'm here. I'm coming upstairs.
Look how sweaty I am, by the way.
Well, like you said, it was 140 degrees.
Oh my God! Why did we shoot in August?
That's why we start in February.
We've actually stood by this wall and you can hear scratches behind the wall.
Okay, we brought Lydia here. Is there anything you want to say to us?
Can you make a noise for us?
You got to do better than that. Louder, please. Make a noise. Who's that?
It got dark fast in there, by the way.
I brought the woman they hate here. Why?
Did you guys hear that, though? You can literally hear the footsteps in there. Hold on. Let me back this up.
Yep.
I brought the woman they hate here. Why?
There are literally noises all around us.
And I have chills in my body.
Me too.
They're walking around.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, God. I got chills, guys. I got big time chills.
Lydia has asked us to leave the house.
The investigation hasn't even started yet, and I'm already freaked out. We're going to need multiple changes of clothes.
To understand the full scope of what's going on here, it seems there's one more family member we need to talk to.
You seem to have a really special connection with the spirits here. Tell us a little about that.
Jel, can I just say this looks really bad out of context? Like, so son, tell me about this.
Come over here and tell Mama where it hurts.
Come on.
I was going to say she looks like a talk show host, but okay.
She's getting her own daytime show this fall.
I'm crying.
Today on Gel. For those who aren't aware, I mean, it says on the screen, but this is Barry. This is his youngest son. And the woman who I just went into that house with, their youngest son, who had several experiences there. And so we wanted to document what he had experienced.
Member, we need to talk to.
You seem to have a really special connection with the spirits here. Tell us a little about that.
About 2 years ago, we were at the Ruckman House, and they were upstairs, and I stayed downstairs because I just had a weird feeling. And I looked to my right, and in the window, I see a pair of yellow eyes. And, like, I wasn't scared, but to the point where I couldn't move.
And so do these spirits follow you?
One in particular does, yeah.
Which one is that?
The more not nice one. His name is Howell. He's the one that made me see everything I see now.
Brandon is extremely sensitive. He's also tormented by visions, like this vision he drew of the evil and possibly demonic presence he sees in the Ruckman House, which may be what made these marks on the neck of another investigator who accompanied Brandon on an investigation.
Okay, I just got to say this for those that are watching going, this is complete BS. Like, we go in there, and I don't think we ever, our mission is to certainly debunk it, right? I mean, that's especially what Daryl's there for. But at the same time, our job is to listen and hear everything that people are saying and try and connect the dots. And so I think we took what he said seriously, didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds crazy, I know, but at the same time, like, you have to get all the angles of what you're hearing. And someone, because I've had people go, that picture's hilarious. He just drew that for you guys. And I'm like, I don't know. I really thought the kid was seeing something.
He believed it for sure.
I'm
Right.
sure he was seeing something. Whether or not they misinterpreted what he was seeing is another story.
Yeah.
As darkness falls, the team makes preparations to protect themselves from any demonic activity.
Try to prepare for the investigation by bringing some crystals. I invited all the spirits of my family members to come and protect me, and I used some special sprays that I got. 2 are to protect you from negative energy, and 1 is some kind of sexual stuff.
I have holy water.
Whoop, hang on there, Jill. Would you please explain your sexual ghost spray?
Well, it's funny because I bought a pack that they were selling at a paranormal convention, and it had 3 sprays in it, and I'm like, oh, great, this one is okay. This is great for protect. Okay, this is also a protection, and I open the next one, and I'm like, well, some kind of weird love sex spray, and I'm like, what the hell? What's that gonna do for me on an investigation? Nothing. Not using that one.
I mean, could be a big night, especially with that demon. You know. Okay, we had a question here about the kind of when we showed the scratches up here. What do you guys like? What scares you guys the most? I don't know if we've ever talked about this. Jill, what about you?
What scares me the most is when I'm alone and I have my earbuds in and I hear something screaming at me, which happened there. So that scares me a lot.
Vanessa, what about you?
I think, well, it wasn't here, but it was Magnolia. My scariest moment is not of getting touched, but feeling like they're just hovering all over you and like you're kind of like you can't breathe or you're suffocating. Like that's the worst feeling I've ever had.
Did you get that at Wonderland?
No, that was Magnolia when we were in the basement.
Yeah, that too.
Joey, what about you?
Noises for certain. Like remember when we were at the Witty and we kept thinking something was running in the courtyard. You could hear it, but you couldn't see it. That freaked me out the most. It's not hearing something, you can't see it.
So. For sure, yeah. What about you guys, Daryl and Kendra?
So I don't know if this was something that scared me, but more so that we couldn't explain it. So one thing that didn't make this episode was Joanne and I were actually walking downstairs in the parlor where the piano was, and she was talking about some garden that maybe the woman of the house would have had. And we, we're just walking around the room, and all of a sudden I turn around and there's an actual flower on the ground next to the rocking chair in the parlor. And there was no explanation for how it got there or anything other than we had just been talking about maybe what she would have had in a garden there. So it was just not being able to explain it.
Yeah. Daryl, what about you?
By myself with no one else there and just getting the feeling that something is looking at you. And again, we went through this, was it last week when we showed Yorktown? Sitting in that basement with my back to the open, and I'm like, wait, there's something looking at me. Wait, and I'm turning around. That freaks me out. It really does.
Yeah, it's funny because people are like, well, how do you know that someone's like next to you? There's just this weird feeling you get that you can feel like eyes are on you. So anyway, for those catching up and those just joining us over here, like Olivia, this is from Helena, Texas, which is a ghost town that is now only about 60 people and a few buildings. It's kind of a historic site at this point. But that's where this is from, season 6. Back in 2013. So let's bring it back in. Here we go.
Water and Jill sprayed me with some of her.
Oh, hang on. For those just joining, I want to make sure that you got what Jill had to say about her ghost sex spray. So
protect themselves from any demonic activity.
Tonight I prepared for the investigation by bringing some crystals. I invited all the spirits of my family members to come and protect me. And I used some special sprays that I got. 2 are to protect you from negative energy, and 1 is some kind of sexual stuff.
I have holy water, and Jill sprayed me with some of her some different sprays.
Lemon garlic.
Hello.
I actually counted on my team to do this stuff, but then I find out that Vanessa brought a wooden stake. Bobby brought garlic.
also a vampire, and Jell brought some sort of sex spray that she sprayed on her butt. I think we're all screwed.
Hello, calm down.
And of course, Bobby and I get the lodge with the bar first.
That's true, Bobby.
Special sauce.
Oh, yes. That's
Well,
very
everyone,
special.
there's a bar in there.
I never got paid for that Bud Light
What a better
endorsement,
excuse.
damn it.
So, you know what I mean? It's just a trigger thing.
Sure.
I don't like this stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Beer? Really?
Hey, it's all part of the scientific process, all right?
Ever since these demon talk has started, I'm like,
That's ridiculous, right?
everything I'm hearing.
Flashlight would be real handy by now.
I fully expect to see Russell run tonight.
First rotation, and I lost my flashlight. Or no, it didn't work. That's what it was.
My flashlight's dead.
What a way to start out an investigation.
You're carrying that beer. You look like you're
We're
drunk
professionals,
already.
I swear.
Anybody want to come drink a beer with me?
I mean, what if, Vanessa? I mean, why not?
Hey, to each their own, I guess.
Yeah, right?
There's a lot of footsteps over there.
Bobby, did you sell your jacket?
It sounds like a whole group of people shuffling in the back. Hey, who's over there?
Is that a members only
We just want
jacket?
to talk. We don't mean any disrespect or
I
anything.
hope it is.
Oh my God, that was the biggest shadow person I've ever seen in my life.
Where? I didn't see it.
This large black mass just walked across the building.
It went like this. It was like, and then dissipated.
Okay, you know what? Actually, after watching that, why do we need to hire any actors anymore? Whenever there's like a shadow person walking across somewhere, I can absolutely do that. Can we see that again, everybody? I think we need to.
Again.
That looks like you're
Dude, it walk like this.
You hear that? Man, I've never heard so many footsteps in one place.
It sounds like a whole group of people shuffling in the back. Hey, who's over there? We just want to talk. We don't mean any disrespect or anything.
Oh my God, that was the biggest shadow person I've ever seen in my life.
Where? I didn't see it.
This large black mass just walked across the building.
It went like this. It was like, and then dissipated. Nobody saw that?
Okay, I will say that what I have learned over 12 years of doing this, we all have our genuine reactions. And I know them now for most people, but that's how I honestly know that no one, not that we ever fake anything, but they're certainly freaked out when they make those noises. And you guys have heard me more than once go like, oh my God, like that's my do that or I like take off and run like I did at the jail. But Vanessa will curse like there's no tomorrow. What is Jell's tell? I'm trying to remember.
I guess it's just I'm out. Sorry.
I'm out.
Bye.
Yeah, I mean, but we all have those reactions, and I honestly I hate mine, but I can't help it when something happens. So anyway,
Honestly, I think I just.
I've seen Jill like gasp a couple of times, and it freaks me out because
no,
she
you're right. It is the gas.
normally never really reacts. So when she like goes, then I'm like, what are you hearing that you're not vocalizing?
We do have a lot of fun, Lee.
Just walked across the building.
It went like this. It was like, and then dissipated. Nobody saw that?
That was a quick walk. Man, that was
It's
fast.
time to break out the ghost meter. It's a type of EMF detector that we can ask questions with. It'll beep once for yes and twice for no.
Come on, make contact over here. Make a connection, and then we can talk to you. We're getting action over here.
Yeah, I saw something moving.
Where?
There you go.
K2's moving. That's good. You know how to do this, don't you? Hi. Really good to talk to you. Listen, it's once for yes and twice for no, okay?
I don't know if you've ever played this before. Maybe you have. We've got response on the K2. Note that 2 meters are going off.
There's definitely somebody in here with us.
Are you a man? Once for yes, twice for no. Yes. Were you a member of this lodge? Once for yes, twice for no. Yes. Were you killed? Were you murdered in Helena? Once for yes, twice for no.
Hey, there's something really cold behind me.
Cold spots are a sign of energy.
Did you kill anyone? Once for yes, twice for no. Yeah.
See, that's the famous ghost meter right there. But we actually got some good stuff there. Normally it's like, did you kill anybody? Bye. But it confirmed. And for those who didn't get that, that was an old Masonic lodge that was on the city property there. But
side note, right in front of that Masonic lodge was a huge hanging tree. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, and there's that. Okay. Somebody asked us about the difference between a K2 and the ghost meter. Can anybody explain? I mean, they're both a form of EMF, right?
They're both EMF detectors, but that's the Ghost Meter Pro. It's a little different from the regular Ghost Meter. It's kind of generic piece of equipment that beginner investigators have. But the Ghost Meter Pro kind of has that function where you can ask the yes/no questions. So that's the cool part to having that. But the downside is that as soon as you ask the most important question, it stops working.
Yep. Exactly. Every friggin' time.
Every time, man, never fails. When you start to get questions that could narrow it down to who it could be or what they were, what they did, it goes away.
We're here in the farmhouse. Right now I'm going to put something down so I can see if there's any vibration in the floor in here, see if anybody's moving. I'm also going to put up a couple of motion lights and a trap cam in the area where you usually see the woman.
Okay. I have to say that every time Jill talks about her trap cam, I just start laughing. So Jill has these trap cams that if you know what they are, if you have a hunter in your family, you know what they're for, right? She'll put them up on hunters will put them out to catch the deer and see where they're at or whatever. Well, Jell's got them because if something goes off while we're on an investigation and sets that off, it'll snap a picture or a video. Normally, she ends up with about 50 clips of us just walking by.
They're hilarious. I wish I could splice them all together.
But my favorite is literally every other investigation, Jell's like, oh, man, I left the trap cam and has to drive back days later. And it just gets funnier and funnier every time. Because how many times have you left it there?
I think twice.
No, more than that.
No, I think it's only been twice. Well, once was far away, though.
Yeah, you had to drive hours. I would have just bought another one, quite honestly. All right, here we go.
See if there's any vibration in the floor in here, see if anybody's moving. I'm also going to put up a couple of motion lights and a trap cam in the area where you usually see the woman. Where's the woman?
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
Yeah.
Brandon has experienced a woman in the kitchen who's very protective.
Oh, yeah, Joe?
Why do I look high there?
No, I just like your line. Brandon's experienced a woman in the kitchen.
See the woman? Where's the woman?
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
Yeah.
Brandon has experienced a woman in the kitchen who's very protective, and she doesn't want anyone in here.
I'll put this a little further back.
We're also hoping to talk to her or whoever is in here with a modified induction amplifier, which we call the probe.
I know a lot of spirits who have spoken through this, and we think that Brandon may be one of those special people who can.
Okay, Jill, you keep talking about this probe. We've kind of laughed about it before.
It sounds dirty too. I know.
You're very dirty this episode. Yes. What is the probe though?
It's a tool. It's a modified induction amplifier that Andy Kopic modified, and it's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen him using that and speaking to everyone's dead grandmas in the room, relatives, saying things in their own voice that only they would know, that just is impossible to be faked. It's pretty spectacular. It never worked quite as well for us as it did for him, but it was still a really special experience to get to witness it a few times.
Julie asked if we caught anything on the trap cam. I think you caught a couple of things in the elevator that everybody said was haunted.
Oh yeah,
from the
witty.
Yeah, the witty.
Yeah.
Normally I just catch videos of everybody doing ridiculous things that I just sit in bed and laugh at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm reviewing.
Weeks later after you pick it up, yes. Somebody asked, has any of your fans of the show recognize you in person? It's funny, Joey always gets recognized, right?
At the most random places. I was just grocery shopping at HEB, and some guy stopped me, the cashier. He was like, "Hey, you do that ghost show, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." But it was just random. And then
I got my first one a couple of months ago.
Oh, congrats! Welcome to the club.
Way to go! Very nice, very nice. It's funny. I have people who know me from the radio, and then I have people who will see me at radio events and go, "When's the new episode coming out?" I'm like, "You don't even listen to the radio, do you?" But they're huge fans of the show, so it's actually really cool. All right, so here, Jell is working with the probe in the farmhouse. Sound like I'm playing a game of Clue right now, and we're at the ghost town of Helena, Texas. So here we go.
Can make this work. All right, let's try it, okay? I've actually heard people's real voices through the probe. Okay, now just hold this in your hand. Just try and get in tune with that device.
You're scaring him, Jill.
It'll start getting a lot louder. Come in from the kitchen.
Can you please come near this device and try to talk to it? We'll be able to hear you, please.
Sometimes if it's too hard in the beginning, you can try and make it click. Make it click and pop, pop. I heard a little pop. Did you hear that? That was a good pop. One pop. Good. I don't know if you all are able to hear this, but because I have my earbuds in, ooh, that was a good one. Because I have my earbuds in, I'm able to hear these pops and clicks very loudly. Brandon has a very special ability, and I think that he'll be able to help you. Just try really hard.
I'm wiping the buckets of sweat out of my eyes.
That farmhouse was pretty creepy, though.
Hell yeah.
Post office and the jail.
See, one of the perks of having the show named after you means when it comes time to get locked in a jail cell, you can order somebody else to do it. So, Bobby, you're going to jail.
When it's the Bobby haunted tour, you can order this guy.
Poor Bobby.
I don't like this because there are two jail cells, but the only one that has a working door only has holes.
Blah, 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 blah.
Look, dude. I don't know too many people who would willingly get locked in a jail cell when Russell's the guy holding the key. Did I go in already?
Yes, get in there.
The one and only time I will ever be in a jail cell.
So far.
No. I do defensive driving all the time.
I'm not even joking. Like 2 months before this, he was like, "Man, I can't make the meeting. I got to do defensive driving tonight." By the way, I just want to say, as you're watching this is 100% legit as to what happened. This was crazy, and I did not do this on purpose.
I always do my defensive driving.
Bobby has his own agent at the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Oh, that sounds scary. Oh my gosh. What the heck? There's only there's only holes on the front and the back.
What, jail, Bobby? Every
We
3
are
years?
locked and loaded.
You got the key, right, to that padlock?
Yeah.
Dude, you better, if I ask you to get out, you better open that thing quick. Hello? My name's Bobby. I guess I'm your new cellmate for a little bit.
DD.
What's your name?
It's like I'm in a different world right now. It's so hot and quiet in this cell.
Bobby,
Huh.
ask him if he wants to be your girlfriend.
No. Oh, I thought you. Okay, well, that's. No! That still piss him off. I thought I almost did it too. Yeah, I didn't even ask this. How many other people are in here? You might not. Oh, hello.
What happened?
I just felt a hand on my back. And last I checked, I'm the only one in here.
Somebody what?
Touched my back.
Oh, let me out. Oh, I don't know what I did with the key. Oh my, I'm serious.
Let me out.
I'm gonna kick you.
Let me out. Russell, let me out. Oh, God. Russell, get me out.
Okay, all right.
Oh, my God. Russell, hurry up. Oh.
What happened?
I swear to God.
Something touched me, and then a large black mass surrounded me. I immediately felt fear run through my body.
All right. I just want to say, do you know how when you're trying to do something quickly, like you end up like flubbing it up or doing it way slower than you could if you just like calm and collect, let me search for the key. I swore I put it in one pocket and I was like, you got to be, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. I really lost the key. I didn't mean to, and then it was like, oh, in the other pocket. But I like freaked out. So anyway, I apologize, Bobby.
Just like in the horror movies.
Exactly. It's true.
Something touched me, and then a large black mass surrounded me. I immediately felt fear run through my body.
This is the second time tonight we've encountered a large black mass. Could something be following us around? Jell and Vanessa are investigating with a jury of their peers in the courthouse.
That hat.
I hereby sentence you to death by hanging.
Boy, if you think about this episode, Jell had a talk show. Now she's a judge, and she's been pushing ghost sex spray. So you've really been busy here. I mean,
quite a career.
That bell was way louder than it sounds like here.
Scared the crap out of you, Vanessa?
Yes, it did.
Whenever I think of this episode, by the way, I always think of Jell and that stupid hat. It's amazing.
Vanessa are investigating with a jury of their peers in the courthouse.
I hereby sentence you to death by hanging. $12.09. Do I hear it guilty?
That hat.
Did you hear that, Vanessa?
Yeah. Do you know Lydia and Brandon?
Why is the floor moving? Holy cow. The floor is literally shaking under us. Is this paranormal or is the building about to fall down?
I thought it was you walking, but as soon as you stopped, it kept going.
It's like someone or a group of people are stopping all around us.
Hold on, let me in on this. This can't really be happening.
See? Oh my God.
What the hell was that?
What is this?
Nobody moved, did they?
No, we're not moving at all.
Or maybe it can be.
Can you do it again? Move our chairs. Oh, there it goes. Oh my God.
Oh, I can feel that over here.
Oh my God, I could feel it. It's like it's trying to pick up our chairs. They're just like moved.
Now the floor is not only shaking, it's answering our questions by shaking for yes.
We are now doing an EVP session with the floor. This is insane.
we immediately call the rest of the team to get up here to experience this.
Were the people that you killed, the 10 people, were they women? Were they men?
Yes. Wow, that's crazy.
Were there any children?
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Are you an inhuman, malevolent spirit?
Dude. Why would you all ask that?
The demon has just revealed itself.
So there it is. That was part one, and we are going to move right into part two. And I got to be honest with you guys, Sharon, that's great. I love this, man. Our fans are just like us. She's like, oh, them damn termites. I got to be honest with you. When you guys called on the walkie, Jill and Vanessa, and you said you guys need to get up here, something crazy is going on. We were like, because we were in the middle of a session. I remember Bobby and I, and it was just like. And so we go over there, and I'm not kidding you. The whole building was shaking. I mean, Daryl and I went and looked for, Daryl is the debunker, and we had absolutely no excuse.
Yeah, we were downstairs below from where everybody else is at. We were just trying to trying to think of anything. Maybe
like
all the oil rigs that are around there that had something to do with it. We were just like, okay.
Well, it's one of those situations where, like, you always wonder what it's going to be like when something happens to you, and then that starts happening, and you can't believe it. Like, it's unbelievable. You start questioning every single thing going on.
Yep.
Yeah. Bobby says, why did you ask that, Jell, about the demon? I think you were half joking, right? Like,
well, I don't know. I just like to freak out the other team members. No, well, because they kept throwing the D word around, and I didn't want to use the D word, so I called it a different name. But I enjoyed everybody's reaction. Bobby made me laugh hard when
he's like, no, why did you ask that? But I mean, I'm not joking. Like, I legitimately was scared, and it was more than scared with all of the talk of what was going on there, and then to experience that. I thought maybe we need to get out of here. Like, I really thought something was going on. Didn't you, Daryl?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, because, when you call me on the radio, Daryl, get up here. We all sat around and y'all were doing your session, and I'm like, oh, shit, it is happening. And it's just, it was freaky. It was really freaky.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we all felt it too. I mean, all of us felt
everybody
it.
Up the whole floor, everybody was feeling it.
I mean, we all sat in a chair, and it was just like, are you serious right now? And we just sat there. And I'll be honest, I mean, we ended up cutting up. Like, there was a whole EVP session of like 30 minutes where we did that.
That's what I was going to say. Before this even happened, there was a lot of stuff that had to get cut out. But, like, stuff we saw, like, stuff we heard that was kind of questionable, but I don't know if we actually got it recorded, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff that was left out.
All right, here comes numero dos.
Part two.
Previously on the Russell Rush Haunted Tour.
Welcome to Helena, Texas. Toughest town on earth. An entire ghost town? We're all a little bit on edge for this one.
They hung 150 to 300 men from this tree. This place made Tombstone, Arizona look like a Sunday school picnic.
Oh, let me out!
What the hell was that?
Now the floor is not only shaking, it's answering our questions.
Are you an inhuman, malevolent spirit?
Why would you all ask that?
Bye, Nelly.
Yes, John.
Yeah.
Did you die at the age of 21?
Yeah.
Yes. Were you innocent?
It feels like we're in an earthquake right now. The floor is shaking violently.
Something is literally moving.
Yes,
the chair.
yes,
the floor is
they touched me.
moving
They
right
touched
now.
me.
The skeptic in me says there's got to be a logical explanation for this.
Hey, can you do that again just for confirmation, please? Okay.
There it is.
Yeah. Wow.
But what we're feeling is totally real.
Hold on, just to confirm this, shake this as hard as you can.
Oh my God, I can feel it. I can feel the chair. Like.
It's still going.
So you came from the Ruckman House?
We need to get Daryl up here stat.
Daryl and the rest of the team enter and have brought with them a vibration detector that will visibly spike whenever the floor shakes.
Are you taking someone's energy from in here?
Yes.
Are you taking Brandon's energy? Are you taking Lydia's energy?
Are you taking energy from the taser?
Are you taking it from Brandon?
Wow.
Spirits need energy to manifest and do things, and sometimes they can take that energy from people, making you feel tired and weak, and sometimes even maybe pass out.
The team removes Brandon before he can get seriously hurt.
He wasn't looking too hot.
You all right?
Yeah.
Need some water?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go get some.
On the way down from the courthouse, Brandon keeps mentioning that his stomach is on fire, so he lifts his shirt up.
Dude, that's it's pretty clear.
Shoot.
Apparently, we didn't act fast enough. Brandon has a large scratch mark across his stomach.
I didn't remember he got scratched.
Yeah, I remember.
We've never experienced anything like this.
Because you looked at it.
So we got really hit on YouTube from people who were like, I mean, and they were, a lot of the times, you get your trolls, but we got hit from a lot of people. Kendra reminded me of that tonight. We got hit from a lot of people for, why would you bring a child on a dangerous investigation like that?
Right.
We wanted his story. He didn't shy away from coming with us. We didn't have to beg him. I don't even know if we really asked him.
He was used to investigating with every team that came through. That's how he started having those experiences.
Right, but we didn't. I mean, it was his choice to come up there with us, right? We didn't say, "Hey."
Yeah. And we weren't going to tell him no.
Yeah, I mean, when there's somebody like that who has so much activity surrounding him, and they really center on him, if they really truly want to know what's going on, you need that person there so that you can experience and witness, what they're witnessing. So I don't know. If it was a dangerous situation, we would not have let it happen, and we pulled him out when it was.
Right, and and just like Jill said, that there's been numerous other teams that have gone into there, and he's probably been part of that too. So it's, how old was he, Russell, at the time?
15, 16?
15 or 16?
Yeah.
I mean, his parents were there too,
Right.
Not like
with us. His mom was with us.
It's not like they didn't know about it.
Yeah. Thank you, Ricardo. YouTubers ask stupid question. That kid, he did, and he investigated there probably every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't really think, I don't really think that it was. I don't feel badly about it. I would never put someone in a situation I want to be in, but he wanted to be part of that because a lot of the times when we're there, I think back to the ranch, and we have those people with us, and they see our confidence. It's a cathartic thing for them to be there and know that they can handle it too if we can. And so sometimes I think it's important that they're there. So, but whatever, trolls, fine.
Trolls.
We're dealing with something that should not be messed with.
Because of all that's happened, Brandon's mom has asked us to protect her son from any possible demonic presence. Kendra recites the prayer to St. Michael while Bobby administers holy water. With Brandon removed, the shaking has stopped.
As we're trying to figure out our next move, all I can think about is what it said about the Ruckman House.
Do you want me to go to the Ruckman House? Yes.
If we're going to get to the bottom of this, we got to go.
Here it is. The house where apparently evil lives.
There it is. That's the line that got us banned.
Run it back again, Russell.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
If we're gonna get to the bottom of this, we got to go.
Here it is. The house where apparently evil lives.
That was it. That was it.
You said apparently.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Listen, I won't put Barry on the spot at all. Barry Heron, who wrote the book about Helena. But what's funny is, and now this is our fault, because if I say it, I said it, right? But if I am walking with the host who said it earlier, but we didn't include him saying it, I said it, he didn't. But I was repeating what Barry had said, and it was a line in his book. And he wasn't saying the Ruckman family was evil. He was saying that there's something dark in there, and then people around here say that there's something evil in there. But the Ruckman family still lives in Karn City and around the area. So I meant no harm. I apologize, but they were like, "Yeah, you're not coming back." So that was it right there. So one more time, you can hear the line that got us banned. All right.
Yes.
If we're gonna get to the bottom of this, we got to go.
Here it is. The house where apparently evil lives.
Evil lives.
I do not want to go in there.
Look, we need to go to the back. Let's go to the back. Look, just don't even look around. Don't look around. Just don't look.
Hey, Russell.
This is where we heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. This investigation was an odd setup. You remember the Ruckman House was a quarter of a mile down from the courthouse and everything else like that. And we had all of our DVR equipment in the Ruckman House. And there were times when, people were there, and there were times when no one was there. It was just a weird setup.
Well, not to mention that if you were at the Ruckman House and you were at the Masonic Lodge, you had no communication unless you called your cell phone. But obviously, our cell phones are off.
Yes.
So if somebody was calling for help, you were SOL.
Well, we had talked about it, but we need somebody at command at the DVR, and we were like, no, I ain't sitting there. Oh, no, I ain't sitting there.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, we were like, we'll just let that baby run. We'll take a look later what was talking about. I like that freeze frame of me, though. It's solid.
Yeah.
Look, we need to go to the back. Let's go to the back. Look, just don't even look around. Don't look around. Just don't look. This is where we heard. This is where we heard the big footsteps. Okay.
But did you just hear that?
Was it a knock?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it.
The ghosts in the Ruckman House are not shy at all.
We decide to turn the ghost meter on, and it connects right away.
Hi. Listen, we're going to play a game. If you answer once for yes, twice for no with that meter, do you understand? Great. Are you the one that lives in the Ruckman House now? Great. Now maybe we can finally get some answers. Are you part of the Ruckman family? Yes. Did you know Eudora Ruckman? Yeah. Was she your sister?
You see what I'm saying? Every
Hold on,
time. It's almost like something scared her
No,
off.
I'm surprised you actually got a response that was from a Ruckman. I don't think we've ever had that.
No.
That was big. That's so who you're seeing there, that's the youngest of Barry's sons. That's his older brother. And he was helping us with some camera and kind of walking us around that night. So it was interesting when he said, a lot of the stuff we got, he said, we've never experienced that before. So somebody there definitely wanted to mess with us that night, for sure. We were starting to get stuff big time.
Yeah. Was she your sister? You see what I'm saying? Every
Hold on,
time.
I think
It's almost like something scared her
No, I'm
off.
surprised you actually got a response that was from a Ruckman. I don't think we've ever had that.
No? What could be meant?
What was that? What was that?
Something big just moved behind me.
Do it again!
Please. Oh, it's over here. Yep. It's over here.
The spirit who was talking to us abruptly left. It's time to check out the rest of the house to find out why.
All right, so we're headed upstairs. Brian is not going with us
I'm gonna hang out down here where it's nice and cozy.
until he hears a noise and comes running up the stairs.
This house doesn't feel good.
Actually, you know what? I don't like it up here either.
Now there's a third floor if you guys want to go.
Brian, seriously, man, you just can't talk out of nowhere, man.
So we go all the way up and we're on the landing. I know it looks like we just went up there, but we were up there for like 10, 15 minutes just walking around. Bobby's like, what if we go over here? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, or over here. And then you hear, there's also a third floor. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, give me a warning over here or something, man. Oh my God.
Thank you. That is now the second time I've had to change clothes tonight.
Russell, actually, I don't feel good up here either. I really don't. Just got a weird chill. I don't want to see anything. I don't want to see anything.
Upstairs, Ruckman.
Why can't you be with us, Brian?
That's a weird smell.
Don't say that. Don't say that. There's no weird smell.
Oh, smell that?
There's a really strong smell of cigar smoke in the room.
You smoking a cigar? What are you filming right now? What?
What? No, wait, don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone.
What?
Don't leave me.
Right there. I literally heard somebody walking in. Somebody literally was walking in while you guys were up there. Right in there. No idea what that was.
So much for avoiding the ghost by staying downstairs.
Do you not like Russell playing the piano? If you don't like it, just give us a sign that you don't like it and we'll leave.
We promise.
Yeah, absolutely. We will leave and what happened? What happened? What happened to it? Let's leave. Get out.
It feels like I just got stabbed in the back.
What happened? What happened?
Back pain. Like, people have reported back pain out here, and it's...
I would check your back. Maybe you have like red marks or something.
I think we just got the sign we needed.
So I'll tell you guys, people have asked about that, and it was really odd because, and it seemed to be centered about one. I mean, we're obviously tired, right, when we're out there, and we've been shooting for 16, 18 hours at this point. So yeah, I mean, our backs weren't like feeling the best ever, but no, this was different. This was like a sudden sharp pain. I've never been stabbed before, but I imagine that's what it would feel like. But what really messed with me was, as soon as I left, like crossed the threshold of the doorway, stopped. So that's what really got to me. I don't know if, has anyone ever experienced pain like that before?
Not pain, no. Not like that, but that was your sign, Russell.
I know
You
you're telling
promised you'd
me.
leave after that.
You're right. Christine says, "Where was Joey during all?" Joey, I really thought you were with us, but maybe you joined us the next season.
No, I think I was. Well, it was jail, so I don't know. I don't know why I wasn't there. That's a weird one. I don't know. I was probably in Vegas.
You started with us at Pat O's.
Yes, I was there doing it because I was in the opening credits.
Huh.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't remember. I was probably in Vegas.
Yeah, naturally.
Oh, no, that's not the one.
All right, here we go.
I don't know.
Kendra checks my back for any evidence of the attack.
There's no red mark or anything. No, there's no red mark or anything.
While there appears to be no scratch marks from my attack, Joanne wasn't so lucky.
I just felt my neck burning.
People are starting to get hurt. It's time to leave.
We call off the investigation and bid Helena farewell.
One of the scariest nights of my life, y'all, for real.
After yet another change of clothes, we're finally ready to present our findings to Barry and his son Brian.
I don't know what to expect. I hope they captured something, and some of the things that I got to see and experience during the day and night of the investigation.
Can't wait for them to see this video. Well, hello, Barry. How are you?
How you doing, Russell?
Doing well. Good to see you. Have a seat.
Okay.
Brian, how are you?
Good.
The investigation. Wow, that's really all I could say about what happened out there in Helena. It's a crazy night, a crazy investigation, and I wanted to make sure that you guys saw what we found and experienced. The first thing that sticks out in everybody's mind from that night is the crazy floor shaking in the courthouse. So we went through all of our cameras. We had multiple cameras in the room, and it looks as though, as we play the video, you can kind of see here, it looks as though Brandon's foot is shaking the floor. So it's almost in answer to the questions.
Are you losing his energy?
Look at it. Look at it go. See? Are you taking someone's energy from in here?
Yes.
So, but I also know that Brandon's sensitive. And he has said before that he's felt things kind of enter him and take over him. Could that have been going on there? Very possibly. But can we call with the floor shaking paranormal? Without more evidence, probably not.
I took a lot of heat on the comments for this, saying, why didn't you call them out for faking that? And the reason I didn't is because none of us, nobody, me, not you, have any idea who was doing it. Was the kid messing with us? Maybe. Was something affecting him that caused it to do it? Was he answering questions through him? I don't know. I mean, I guess I keep more of an open mind. I mean, Daryl, how would you have handled that? I mean, when you saw that, were you mad? You guys are muted if you're not. I can't hear you. Joe, what about you? Were you mad when you heard that?
I remember being freaked out as it was happening, but thoroughly unimpressed because at that time I was having a lot of really good conversations with different spirits through the probe. So shaking the floor didn't seem like much to me. But as for if I was mad when I saw that, not so much, because, you never know what could have been working through him. You never know. You can't really say one way or the other.
Yeah, everyone throughout the entire episode. When we first met him inside the kitchen or whatever, he was constantly moving his feet. He's always moving. I saw that like tonight, like in the beginning of the episode.
Oh, he's like fidgeting or whatever?
Yeah, he's always fidgeting. Like when we first met him or whatever, like his leg is just shaking just like that in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. Daryl and Kendra, you guys, they're still there or no?
I think you muted everyone by accident, and I don't know why I didn't unmute them.
I didn't, but oh well.
Oh, because it said host muted you.
What?
At one
How did
point.
Yeah, it happened like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk the whole time, yo. Hold on. Unmute. Everybody should be unmuted, at least on mine. Joey chose to mute himself. Okay, sorry. Anyway, back to the evidence.
So kind of bust that one, but that was an exciting moment, certainly for all of us. But we did catch some really amazing stuff. This was in the post office, and it sounds almost like an investigator's just messing around, but it's not that.
And just being on the land was creepy. It's creepy.
I hear get
Sounds so creepy.
That one still gets me, man. It says "get mommy," right?
But in a really weird voice that does not sound like a kid, that makes it 10 times creepier.
Right. I picture like some nasty old lady on like the Pioneer trail, like just ugh.
Or some kind of little troll is saying it. Like that's what I was seeing in my head.
Or that, yeah. I don't know why I went with angry old lady, but yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
It sounds like a witch kind of cackling almost.
Let's check on Daryl and Kendra's mic again.
They're talking.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's paranormal.
There's a button that says mute. Or it says unmute. No?
Mime us where you are. All right. Anyway, back to this.
The ghosts in Helena hate her and threaten to kill her.
Okay, so this is video of the first floor parlor, as we called it. You walk in the house, you immediately go to the room to the right. The piano is in there from, that's the Eudora Ruckman piano. I remember that song being on there.
Wow. That's awesome.
This is good.
So what we're seeing is some sort of a shadow person appear on camera and walk out of the camera.
Ah! Please tell me y'all saw that, right? Did you see that? It right in that little corner over there, like right by the arrows. Like watch that again. You literally see a shadow, like he's trying to like come around the door and like not be seen or caught in the cameras, but he absolutely got caught by the camera. That was awesome. I forgot. That's the first shadow person we got to catch on camera.
Go to the room to the right. The piano is in there from, that's the Eudora Ruckman piano. I remember that song being on there.
Wow. That's awesome.
Boom.
Yep.
So what we're seeing is some sort of a shadow person appear on camera and walk out of the camera.
Hey, we're back.
It really confirms what I already suspected and what I felt and what I've seen. That this is a really
go back, Russell.
Paranormal.
I love this part.
With a lot of activity there.
The shadow figure.
Thank you for inviting us.
Sorry,
Wow.
guys.
That's awesome.
Watch the right corner of the screen. Boom.
So what we're seeing is some sort of a shadow person appear on camera and walk out of the camera.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really confirmed what I already
We almost missed it too.
suspected and what I felt and what I've seen, that this is a really wild, paranormal, haunted place with a lot of activity there.
Well, thank you for inviting us to Helena. We had a great time.
Pleasure.
Never going back.
That's true.
Investigation, very intense for me. I saw and I heard stuff that I've never heard before.
Helena is definitely haunted. From the moment you get there, you feel it all around you, and once you start asking for a proof, you get what you ask for.
There's just too many EVPs that we caught, too much video evidence to say that there's nothing there. It's a scary place.
There's a lot of activity in Helena. I saw shadows moving with my own eyes in the daytime and the nighttime. Things yelled at me.
I don't know that I'd want to go back there again. It was creepy. It felt awful.
Helena was really strange to me. It was kind of overwhelming. It was sad. It was scary. It was super intense.
I really do believe Helena is haunted. It scared the crap out of me.
A man once said of working in a town in the Old West just like Helena, all I hope for is to get home alive as soon as possible so that I can forget it. Funny. That's exactly how we feel.
Yay! What a great episode, man. Oh. That was awesome. You know, watching that, it reminds me of, like, you know, for us, like, when we're there, we have to get the show cut. Do you know what I mean? And we've never left anywhere without getting it done. And sometimes are a little more intense than others. And that last quote just kind of reminded me while I was there, not knowing why the floor was shaking or what was going on, that, yeah, I remember at one point just thinking, like, guys, it's 2 more hours and we'll get this. But I don't think I've ever wanted to leave a location more than I did at Helena. Now, you got to remember, that's 6 seasons in. I think I feel differently now after 12 years of experience. But in 6 years and going to some, you know, some interesting places, but nothing that ever intense. Daryl's right. It scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, there was that one thing that happened as y'all were packing up. I ran off into that little building by the hanging tree, the lodge. And as I was walking in, I was doing some EVPs with my earbuds in, and something screamed at me. It freaked me right the hell out. I think that's the only time I ever just ran and booked it back to the parking lot, because it's kind of far. Like, yeah. I ran like I have never run before when I heard that.
Yeah, it was, Joey, you may be glad that you missed that one, man. You would have been, if you were running the camera, that camera would have been shaky the whole time and unusable. So maybe it was, maybe it was good. Oh, Abby says, I think they banned you for questioning the kid faking the floor shaking.
No, it wasn't the Herons that banned us. Just to be clear, the Ruckman family is like on the board of the museum, the Historical Society or something, that's in that courthouse, and they run that area. So it was not the family that you see that banned us, because they're really cool. But it's the Ruckman family that had the final say in that, because they run the whole historical thing over there.
And I ran into the woman who ran the museum. I forget her name now, but I ran into her at like a Sam's Club. I was doing a remote with the radio station, and she was like, "Oh, hey, I meant to tell you that it was a great episode." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And she's like, but that line about the evil, I don't think you can come back. And I was like, wait, what? So what, evil? What are you talking? You know, and I didn't know who had said what at that point. I couldn't really picture it, but yeah, that's the one that did it. So, all right. By the way, shout out to Ruben Garcia watching tonight with Media Bar Productions, our longtime partners in Haunted Tour. So,
Ruben,
good to see them. So, all right, guys. Well, people are already asking. Well, there's a couple of questions here, and you know what? No, I'm sorry. I'm going to tease you with that. But this is a question that Eric had. Did anything follow you home after that night? Not for me. Did anybody else have any experiences that after that night?
Not that I can remember.
Yeah.
Nothing dramatic. Nothing real dramatic.
Hey, you know, if something followed me home, I wouldn't know it anyway. I just go home and sleep.
Yeah.
For days and days.
Yeah.
Got a lot of suggestions here of where we're going next year, but there are two questions that everybody's asking about. Number one, asking about me and my health, and number two, asking when do we have a new episode coming out. So here's what I'm going to tell you in that regard. We'll see you next Thursday night, and we'll answer both of those questions for you then. How's that for a tease? It's like I work on the radio, man. But Olivia is right. What episode are we showing next year for the Haunted Tour Throwback Redux next week? It was my pick, so now we're gonna pull a name out of the old hat here, and it's an Iowa hat too, by the way. So go Hawks! All right, let's see whose name we're gonna pull out of here, and they get to pick the next episode. Oh, would you look at that? Vanessa. All right, Vanessa, what is it going to be next Thursday night? I'm scared.
SeaWorld.
Wow, going back to last season, huh?
I picked SeaWorld. I couldn't decide. I had a couple that I tossed around, but I figured I'd mesh my love for the marine world and the ghost world together. So
that was a pretty incredible episode. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, Russell.
Yeah.
Hey, we Kendra and I and the family we drove out of town last weekend, Saturday.
Yeah.
When we went to Cascade Caverns.
Oh yeah.
Remember that, Joey? How? And again, I'm asking you because I talked to them guys over there, and would Cascade Caverns be something that you'd like to do again?
Man, you know, I don't know. It would be interesting from the standpoint of that we did. It was a very short investigation that we did there the last time.
Yeah.
So maybe and quite a story of that guy who lived out his life there, thinking that he'd murdered his wife, and turns out she was fine, and he completely ruined his life and lived there the whole time as that hermit. So it's a hell of a story. It's always intrigued me. So.
Well, I mean, you know, it's just something because we were down there and we were doing the tour, and they turned the lights out, and you know, very dark. I guess if you've been down there, you know, you turn the lights out down there, it is dark. You can't see nothing, and it's cool. I'm like, I want to come back in here and do this place. I really do. I really want to go back in there and just invest.
Here's what's
some
interesting.
Stuff in the lower caves this time.
Yes.
Yeah, Jell has been spelunking in there. I'm not even joking.
You went
That's an
down
idea.
that hole?
Cave
I
gym.
mean, you know, it's something to think about.
For sure.
Wouldn't be as hot.
Exactly.
Didn't you have to get in like neck deep water to like get around in
Yeah,
some places?
you have to swim out in the middle of that little lake and take like a very small tunnel straight down a rickety old ladder that's tied with rope.
do. I don't have
And then,
to.
and then you have to back out of the end of that tube through like a little doggy door.
No way. Ugh.
Yeah, no. The
Sometimes
bats are enough for me there.
Sometimes you'll climb up a really slick wall and you'll jump over the wall and you land in like 3 feet of mud. And sometimes you jump over the wall and it's just water and you're swimming.
Jell has the most interesting hobbies. I mean,
spelunking.
Yeah. I know, right?
I had to watch those, what do you call it? The Descent and the Descent 2 with those weird creatures.
Yeah. That's the worst thing to watch.
The night before I went in there.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging with us here tonight. A little escape from everything that's going on. Stay safe and healthy wherever you are. And we will see you back next week, Thursday night at 8 o'clock for the Haunted Tour Throwback Redux. Vanessa's pick next time. We'll be showing you the investigation that we did last year from SeaWorld, which I got to be honest with you. Now looking back at that one, it was a pretty active night and pretty cool to be there overnight. And I'm excited for SeaWorld because their water park Aquatica is opening up on Saturday. And they have plans after that to open up the park. So very excited for them and for the team there. So, again, we have the best fans ever. Thank you guys for watching. Good to see all y'all. I'll wave around at everybody over here. There we go. Do the little Brady Bunch thing. And we will see you back here on Thursday night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.